Hello everybody and welcome back to the Jessie102 channel. Today I have a response video to Sleeping Warrior's last two videos about me and his stupid comments he deleted again. Pathetic, as I predicted in the last one. That's what he does. And if you guys don't know what happened, I will insert somewhere on the screen a card where you can watch my last video. Just to sum it all up, he was in my comment section after, yes, I admit to it, I teased him a little bit, which is no problem for me. That's what I do. Look at my channel. And he wanted me to respond with a video about gravity, and I said, hey, no problem. If you want to, we can do this. That's what I and most other debunkers kind of want to do. Explain to conspiracy theorists how wrong they are. And in the comments, I said, hey, I have some conditions for our conversation. I won't discuss about the definition of scientific method and scientific evidence. But of course, he needed to discuss because the real definition wouldn't fit his narrative. And I said, yo, if you can't agree to this, we don't need to talk, so shut up. And then he was angry at me and deleted all his comments. But I took screenshots and made a video showing people how pathetic that is, that he is like a little child when he doesn't get told,
oh yeah, Sleepy, you are right.
Then he gets angry. And he wasn't a fan. He made 2 videos about me and blocked me from his channel. So I can make comments, but no one will see it. And if you think about it, that's even more pathetic, making 2 videos about a person and not even giving them a chance to respond. But it was fun. In his 2 videos, he actually debunked himself. And that is what I wanted to show you at first. So, this strip of paper is a straight line. It doesn't look like it, but it's theoretically a straight line on a curved surface. You can see it here. I have another strip. This side is completely straight, this side not, but whatever. And theoretically, on a 2D surface like this is a straight line. This is a geodesic.
Let's apply what Jessie thinks. Jessie thinks that, theoretically speaking, a roller coaster can be perceived as a straight line in a 2-dimensional space. Well, as we know, roller coasters are 3-dimensional, and if you were to correctly describe a 2-dimensional roller coaster, the only part of the roller coaster that is 2-dimensional is the flat part where you get on, because the rest of it's got twists and lumps and bumps and loop-the-loops and all that kind of stuff. So none of it is 2-dimensional apart from the flat bit where you get on at the beginning. Jessie thinks that this straight line perception, theoretically only, can somehow make a curved line straight. You can't have a curved straight line. In a 3-dimensional world, a straight line is a straight line, a curved line is a curved line.
So obviously, Sleeping Warrior didn't get what a geodesic is. He thinks I said a geodesic is a straight line that is actually curved, and the other way around, which is not true. A straight line is, or a geodesic is basically a straight line on a curved surface. That's what I said in my video. I don't know what's there not to see. For example, this ruler. This is straight, this is straight. When you look from right above it and I bend it like this, you technically will see only 2 dimensions and couldn't tell if it's bent or not. But when I turn it around, it is. But you need to experience the second dimension. it's actually the same with geodesics. I will link a video from Zack Star in the description. He made an amazing video about it was how would a world be with a fourth space dimension, and it was so beautifully explained when you think about a 2D world, and that explains a little bit what geodesics are, because of course we live in a 3D world, we experience 3 space dimensions. It is hard to imagine how it would be with just 2 or 4 dimensions, but he explains it very, very good. And Riley here debunked himself, because as you see, he said, I think geodesics are curved lines in space that are technically straight and vice versa. Let's see what he said in his second video. I don't believe you have learned about Einstein. Geodesic paths do not bend. Space-time bends. I just replay the clip. This strip of paper is a straight line. It doesn't look like it, but it's theoretically a straight line on a curved surface. Weird. Isn't that exactly what I said? Geodesics are straight paths on a curved surface. And yes, geodesics can be on a curved space-time. It's also a surface in that case, so you debunked yourself, you idiot. I genuinely don't know how he didn't see that. Let's see what he's saying also in this video.
In junior schools, high schools, colleges and universities all across the world, they still teach children and young adults that gravity is a force of attraction between masses. Why? A lot of people have asked this question of why are they still teaching people that gravity is a force of attraction between masses when that description was replaced by Einstein over 100 years ago?
That is a pretty easy question to answer. Because when I learned about Einstein's equations and theory of relativity, I had the same question. I asked my teachers, why do you teach us that when it's technically not true anymore? And the answer is easy. Try to explain to children how an object that has a mass can bend space and time. You know, it's such a hard concept to grasp, even for adults. See what's there? Try and explain it yourself. You think the geodesic path curves when it actually remains straight and space-time curves around it. First of all, it doesn't curve around it. Space-time curves and the path is on it. It seems just like almost the same as I said. And kind of something different than you said in your first video. Because you're an idiot. But at least in the school I went to, they told us this is Newton's theory of relativity, but technically Einstein is more correct. They told us, but they said,
Hey, for our context, those equations were perfectly fine. When you want to learn this, you can learn it after school.
You are the only one thinking that equations and mathematics as in general have no place in science. And I know why. Because you are at the age of, I don't know, 38, 40, 42, I don't care. You're not able to tell when someone asks you, and I quote, maths does reflect reality, like working out angles. I have a triangle sides 1, 1, and 1. What are the internal angles? And the answer of Mr. Science himself was, depends. I need more information to give you an accurate answer. Sleepy, I hate to tell you, actually that's a lie, I love to tell you, that is 6th grade geometrics. Children the age of 12 know this. Everyone knows this besides you. And the first time you got exposed, you got embarrassed with the same question. It has been years and you still haven't figured it out. How embarrassing. After years, you just would have, in this comment, you just would have to wait, I don't know, 20 seconds and just Google it. But you are so full of yourself that you're not able to. You are an idiot. You are as stupid as a human can be. But let us watch what Sleepy has to tell you. How he, what did he say? I think something, how he ripped my video apart.
Oh dear, Jessie. We're going to need an equivalence principle for you to understand how it's wrong to teach children false facts in the name of science or easy education just because it might be a little bit complicated. We all know and understand that cars are an everyday part of life. We all know and understand that for an accelerating mass to occur, there must be a force, and we can describe that with Newton's first and second laws of motion, and you know what, we can even calculate it. But no one disputes the difficulties and the complexities associated with explaining what it is that makes the engines inside the cars work. It isn't easy to explain to children of any age in high school that the basic components of an internal combustion engine require a crankshaft, a conrod, a piston, and that when the crankshaft spins round, it sucks and squashes air, and the valves at the top of the engine allow air in and then allow exhaust out, and that there's things called injectors that inject fuel into the combustion chamber, and if you mix these things all together in the right hodgepodge, you can create a suck, squash, bang, blow example.
That is not an equivalent principle, because you can see the inside of a motor. You have physical objects working with each other. Gravity and the curvature of space-time don't. That's a completely different principle. Would you go into the 2nd grade to children and explain them in detail how such an engine works? No. You would wait. You would explain to them if they have a question, say, hey, how do engines work? You would tell them when you have the basics of physics, mathematics, and know how the mechanics of things work, then we will explain you in detail how these things work. You would teach them stuff they can understand and comprehend with their age they're in at the moment and with the knowledge they have gathered until this point. And that's the same thing. You explain to children what Newton is, what gravity is. You explain to them there's much more to know, but we'll tell you on another time. That is the same thing. With engines, the whole details of it, like what kind of material do I have to use for the different parts, and what forces are in there, what the materials have to withstand. This is stuff you would only get taught when you go to college or university and study engineering. That's the same thing. Even though your example is horrible when you compare it to gravity, but even that is an example for you get the stuff taught later in life. And if you want to know right now, then go on the internet and teach it yourself.
Let's go back to the issue. Should children be taught that gravity is a force when it's equivalently the same as saying little green men are underneath the bonnet? Or should they be told that it's a very, very, very contentious matter and we believe that we're teaching you the correct stuff, but it is contentious, there is an argument over it, and if you want to learn more, go into the real world and learn about it.
That is what they do, you f***ing idiot. Everyone knows it besides you, and there is no big discussion about gravity. Everyone knows it exists. Yes, everyone agrees on curvature of space-time through mass, but also no one thinks when you teach children about Newton that that is wrong. You are wrong. You're the only one. You want to see the info box of the second video? Because I didn't screenshot the first video. I think if so, I will insert it. Here you go. Delusional. Adjective. Characterized by or holding idiosyncratic beliefs or impressions that are contradicted by reality or rational argument, typically as a symptom of mental disorder. And I can't help but think that he trying to aim at my borderline personality disorder, which is no secret. You see all the time my scars. I have them on many parts of my body. So what? And I can tell you, Sleepy, you are way crazier than I am. But now that we've watched the videos, would you like to see the comments? Because I would. And surprise, surprise, small PB energy got multiplied. Because he deactivated the comments. Because he got called out for it. Because on another video of his, he made a comment because he got called out by his own people. Then he deactivated the comments after making 2 videos about me, so I cannot respond. I used to think people were genuine, but I don't think there's a single blurfer that is honest anymore. I didn't think it was a totally controlled arena where it's okay to demonize me, but if I do anything back, whoa, the biggest victims ever online appear. You lot ruined it for yourself. The odd video will have comments enabled on, but most won't. Trolls are why. We ruined it for ourselves. There you have it, people. Bitch mode activated. He has been on YouTube for quite a while now. He is called people pedophiles, Nazis. He has, insulted everyone with every insult under the sun. And as soon as he gets a little bit back, he goes into emo mode. Yes, I, let's say, discovered a few pictures of our friend Riley. He had his emo face. He had his probably drunk face. But you see it in his eyes. He was probably screaming about flat Earth. Because that's the kind of person he is. But I thought, let's look onto my videos and look at the comments he made there. Because as you guys probably know, he deleted all of them. But I will just show you some of them because this video will be long enough even without reading each and every single one. But it all started with Joe Can't Dance. I actually love you for this. I see Sleeping Warrior couldn't keep his greasy mitts off of you. Oh well, consider it part of the initiation ceremony. And Sleepy responded, of course. I think you will find she poked me first. She was not even on my radar until she started mouthing off in Brian's Einstein response. Which I did. And I regret nothing. Joe answered, Yeah, said the guy accusing another guy is being a pedo. Give me a break. This is the part where I tell you you are wrong. That you are an embarrassment just like Brian is an embarrassment to Ireland. And you completely ignore any counter argument. So why should I put in the effort? It's not like you provide any evidence yourself. Oh, and then, of course, excuses. You have been deceived. I have not called anybody a pedophile. I expressly stated that Katz is not a pedophile. But we can think of him as a pedophile. Which is something different, apparently. Just as you guys know that gravity is not a force, but you can think of it as a force, according to dumb people that do not know what a contradiction in terms is. You are an idiot. Just as you can't have a force effect, you can't have a bendy straight line. Didn't you say in your own video that those lines are bendy straight because of the surface they are on? Seems like contradictory to me. And of course he goes on with gravity is not a force, blah 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 blah. And I said, no worries, in tomorrow's video I will share his sad attempt to try to convince me that scientific evidence is just one type. And he is a science man and empiricist. I was cry laughing. Boy deletes them always, but that time I screenshotted everything. Which is true, as you can see. And as you can see in that video, I uploaded the video, or I exported the video while finding out he made 2 videos on me, so those 2 things were completely separate, but perfectly timed. And of course I found some other contradictions. He had a big discussion with Mr. Fibble, and I responded to it and said, and what was the reason for the 2 videos without comments, and what was the reason for blocking me, aside from you not being able to take criticism? And his answer was, I would have liked to talk with you, but you are more interested in personal growth rather than being an adult. There was nothing in this video that addressed anything of the only point we disagreed. I tried to talk with you, Jesse, but you put up walls, got unnecessarily personal, and didn't speak about on topic points. I insulted you. I called you a little boy. You are a little boy. Take a long look at yourself, honey. And you probably can see what we see. The point we disagree on is the substitution of calculation instead of actual experiment. You agreed with me about the definition I gave you about the independent variable. But when you made the assertion that I failed to consider gravity, I didn't. I excluded it because it fell outside the definition of independent variable. I can take on topic criticism, but you didn't give me any. You started the personal stuff, and I am not interested in that. You need to accept that science has defined terms and that you might not be applying them properly. Or there is no conversation. I blocked you because of how you treated me. Oh, was I mean to you? Oh my fucking god, grow up. And the interesting part is, the point we disagree on is the substitution of calculation instead of an actual experiment. He thinks that mathematics are not valid in science. Here again, observable evidence is the first part of scientific method. Whereas the experiment part, we were talking about the discovery of Neptune, because people could calculate the orbits and thought, hey, there should be another planet, because the orbits didn't match our calculations, and there you go, they discovered Neptune. And he thinks that's observable evidence, part 1, but where's the experiment? Where is it? Science, noun. The intellectual and practical activity encompassing the systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world. Through observation and experiment, unless you can show me where sums are part of scientific method, you are wrong to substitute it for experiment. Weirdly enough, in your comment section where you had a discussion with Blue Marble Science, you answered, you cannot say that without doing any of the calculations. You are purely speculating. We have the maths done. We are well beyond the required amount of mass to cause accelerations. I don't know, it seems to me that you are a hypocrite. You did calculations. You say that people cannot say or claim anything without doing the calculations. I cannot stop from thinking maybe you're an idiot. Where is your, no, we don't need mathematics, mathematics is stupid. But when you need it, then you kind of forget everything, right? And I answered, of course, no, Anthony, you are interested in lying and not understanding science. You still think your little definition is anything more than a stupid idea, and you run away when someone tells you how dumb it is. You make 2 videos without saying anything besides the worst comparison to gravity I've ever seen. Congrats on this. You're so full of yourself that you really think you were nice and not condescending at all. Sure, buddy. You deactivated comments and blocked me because of what? I was mean to you? How pathetic. You do YouTube for years now. What, you run away from me? Sorry, but trying to hide from my response is ridiculous. Which it is. I actually think a video response is worse for him than when I would have wrote a few comments. I mean, I would have done a video regardless because it's content, but okay. And here you can see he responded to almost every single comment, and he made himself so much work when he deleted each and every one. He gone back to every single comment responses and deleted his own. It's so pathetic. Just because I told him to shut the f up. I didn't think he would really do it, but okay. Guess I'm pretty powerful. Again, I think it's the small PP energy. And here a beautiful response to the comment from Jeff Van Damme. Great video! I loved the idiot counter thing. It was even more perfect without the on-screen graphic. Well done. Her opinions of the meaning of idiot are not matched by her performance here, though. Nothing she disagreed with was based in science. It was based only on her opinions, the defined terms of science. No. Even when we had the discussion, I sent you links to scientific institutions, to their definitions. You have your own. You have a dictionary definition of science, which is so stupid. And Mr. Fibble answered, nothing she disagreed with was based in science. Ironic, since you claimed that solar eclipses occur once every calendar month, with no science to back it up, for which you never gave any observations or any data to support your wonky hypothesis. But by all means, let's see your direct observation of solar eclipses occurring every month. Either that or admit you made it up. And Sleepy answered, so nothing to support her science? Trying to take us away from that point, are we? The lunar cycle is every 27.3 days. A shadow is cast every 27.3 days. Sometimes it's on the water. Others it's on the land. Sometimes it's in space. Oh my god. He really thinks that. It's really what he thinks. It's beautiful. And he responded to a comment I really appreciate by Schrödinger's cat. I love his content. He has a great channel. Just love it. And I was so happy to see that he commented again on a video of mine with, again, very well done. Thank you so much. And of course, Sleepy had to respond to this with, not really. There was no substance here. Just jumping up and down and calling me names. If that's your standard, then yeah, it was a sterling performance. Bitching around again? so funny that he thinks he has the need to respond to every single comment. Just wait, he probably will be in this video either, so. Hi, stupid! And here's his explanation why he deleted all his last comments right before he did it again. The reason I deleted the thread is because, as I pointed out in the thread, we got to the point where we disagreed. You skirted over the flippantly in this video. If you actually listen to what I'm saying rather than skirt over them, you would understand why I deleted the thread. There is no conversation possible with you. You think that sums are replacement for experiment. No! You f***ing idiot! That's why no one reads your comments or listens to you. Not even your own people. You make these huge idiotic claims and no one gives a shit and backs you up or says, yeah, he's right, I seen it. No one. And that should tell you, you had, I don't know how many thousand subscribers before your channel got deleted. And now you stagnate around, I think, less than 250. That should tell you so much. No one cares for you because you're an asshole. You're an idiot. And you are a bitch. You made 2 videos. Deactivated comments because you got criticized. And then you have the audacity to come to my comment section because I'm not a little bitch and I didn't block you. I didn't deactivate my comments. And you had to come to my comment section to get a little bit of your masculinity back. But it doesn't happen, honey. And at some point, no one agreed with you. No one gave you the chance to even a tiny bit redeem yourself. And what was your solution for this? You deleted all your comments yet again. I mean, I think a little bit higher of myself now, that I have the power to get blocked and deactivate comments without even responding, and then you delete your comments twice. It's just beautiful. You cannot make that up. So the video is probably way too long by now. I try to shorten it down as much as possible. But thank you guys so much for watching, and to all the new people that just found me through Sleeping Warrior, thank you so much. Welcome. I hope you stay here. I hope you stay strong, and I hope you will be there with me fighting the stupid, and of course making fun of them, because why not? So thank you so much for watching. I hope I will see you in the next one, and leave a like, subscribe, comment, all the shit down below, you know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!